Hello, 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 fabulous female entrepreneurs. It is Tuesday. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm really excited. I love Tuesdays, mainly because it's like my first day back in the group. I'm just trying to check whether I've turned my computer on mute or not. So it's my first day back in the group after the weekend, which is always fun. It's always a good start. And I'm really excited about this week because this week I'm doing an awful lot of truth telling. All the truth bombs are coming out this week. And we've got kind of a really cool schedule for trainings this week. So today is all about messaging and money shifts. Whoop, whoop, money honey. Then tomorrow we are looking at who your ideal client really is, and then Thursday we're looking at shame selling, why you shouldn't do it. That one's obvious, and how you can actually sell really, really successfully without doing it that way. So let me know when you are here and we will get started. It's been an epic weekend for me. I went up to London, went to see some friends, which was really lovely, and eat a lot of cheese and drink a lot of wine, which was awesome. And then yesterday I was sat down working on my business, and I was kind of thinking about the stuff that we'd be doing here this week, hence why we've got all the topics planned out already, which is super cool. So let me know when you are here. That's Max snoring in the background, and we will get started on messaging and money. Yay! Hey Ariana, and it's your first ever FFE Facebook Live training. Whoop, 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 whoop. So I'm so excited to have you here, and thank you very much for joining me, and welcome to the group. There you go. If I'd have known you were coming, I would have brushed my hair. Hey Emma. And as always, guys, if you know that there's somebody who should be here that isn't here, please make sure you hit the little share button and you type in their name, and they can come and join the wonderful messaging and money shiz that's about to go down. So I think I should probably preface this with, we had our truth project challenge go on a couple of weeks ago, and it was pretty epic. And hey Sona, I'm so glad I'm not the only one who doesn't brush my hair. I do it some days. I try, and then I woke up this morning, I was like, it's not happening. But we did the Standing in Our Truth challenge, and it was really, really epic, and it kind of got me around to thinking about the stuff that I really want to say that I don't say. And one of the most powerful things that came out of it was the email that I sent to the Dotties on Monday. And it was really about how truth was showing up in my life outside of my business as well as inside of my business. Hey Marcy, our newest member of the Dotties. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And it really made me start to think, because I am that person who in real life, as opposed to Facebook Live life, where I am so polished, I'm really brutally honest about stuff. I always have been. As a child, I was the child who would be like, oh my goodness, Mum, why is that man wearing those weird clothes? And they were vicars and stuff. And I would say it loudly, and I wasn't bothered, you know. I never had a problem with being kind of like blunt. And as you start to grow up, and as you start to kind of mature, people around you say, oh, you shouldn't really say things like that because it might be hurtful, or you shouldn't really say things like that because it might offend somebody. And somewhere along the line, I think it's probably when I was a teenager, I got to the point where I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't say anything because everyone's going to get offended. And so I stopped. I stopped this kind of like great, I suppose it wasn't too great if you're on the receiving end, but the kind of level of truth I had as a kid that showed up kind of just went away a little bit, and I became a lot more diplomatic, and that's cool. Diplomacy is always a good thing, but it also took away some of the person that I really was, and I think that was really hard, because then when I went back into the corporate world, what happened was I went in as this kind of like moldable 21-year-old, and they were like, okay, well, we want you to behave like this, and we want you to say like things like this, and we want you to sell like this, and we want you to do this and be this person. And so in that sense, I then became somebody who was honest, but who was kind of, I didn't really like that much, because I'd been trained into speaking my mind, but really it was somebody else's. It was somebody else's truth. So I would be brutal about my delivery, and I wouldn't really worry about how I affected people. which wasn't the best way to be. It wasn't very nice. It wasn't who I really am. I'm kind of, I'll do anything for anyone. I'm that kind of person. And so corporate took a lot of that out of me. And then when I came into the online world, it was terrifying because I was like, well, who the hell am I? I have no idea, right? Hey, Tina and Alicia and Mema. And I found it really difficult. And probably the first 9 months of my business, I found it really tough to settle in a message because I was so focused on what everyone else was doing. And everyone else had these big stories. Everyone else was doing rags to riches. Everyone else had like major breakthroughs and stuff. And I was just like, oh, well, I grew up in a nice place. My parents are pretty nice people. And, I worked hard and I had jobs and I did really well. And now I do sales because that's what I've always done. And it made me feel quite uncomfortable because I was so vanilla, which sounds like I'm about to embark on some kind of weird Christian Grey shenanigan, but it was kind of not really who I actually was. And in reality, I'm pretty eccentric. I say what I think, in real life, I'm probably the friend who's going to tell you the things that you maybe didn't want to hear, but I'll say it with love. And that didn't come out in corporate and it didn't come out in the online world for a long time. And it probably wasn't until even as late as November last year that I really stopped worrying about what people actually thought. And that had been really holding me back in my business. And let's bear in mind here that I run a pretty successful business by all accounts. Okay, it makes a lot of money, which is, generally how most people judge success. So that's pretty cool. It's sustainable. I donate 50% to charity, so I'm giving a lot away. I'm helping a lot of people. Exactly, right? You started out too vanilla as well. And that's what I found so hard. I really cared about what people thought about me. And I thought that if I was really nice to everybody, I don't know whether anyone else does this, but I was like, if I'm really nice to people, and if I'm not offensive about the fact that, their business model needs work, and that's why it's not making sales, then they're probably going to hire me because I'm so nice. And in reality, that wasn't actually what happened. I was really nice to people, and I gave them a lot of advice, and then they would be like, oh, cool, thanks, Jess, bye. And that was it. And then I would have people that were like, oh yeah, we really like Jess, and everyone else would be like, who the hell is she? I've never heard of her because she never says anything. Like, there's nothing she stands for. And people would look at my website and be like, oh, it's really nice, but what do you stand for? What are you really for? What are you really against? What do you love? What do you not love about your industry? And it kind of really got me thinking about how I was actually different. And in reality, there were lots of ways I was very different. It's just that I didn't show any of them because I was so scared that people would be like, oh, well, she's not for me. And that really scared me. Even though I tell people to niche, even though I'm like, narrow down all the time, master one ideal client and then move forward. It terrified me because I was like, oh my God, if I don't appeal to everyone, then what if people actually don't like me? And worse, what if people tell me they don't like me? What will I do? Will I cry? Will I be upset? Will I laugh? Like, what will happen? And it was terrifying. And it was genuinely terrifying to me because not only was it scary in the fact that, people generally do like me, and I like to be liked. I don't set out for people to hate me. Unusual, I know. And so I was really worried. And the second thing was that I was like, I'm actually a lot younger than most of the people I help. And I've always been brought up to respect people that are older than me and stuff like that. So actually telling people, hey, look, I think your methods of selling are outdated and probably not helpful to you, and that's why your business isn't going the way you want to, made me cringe inside because I was like, oh my God, it's not respectful. And so there's a lot of things going on like that. Tina, I was told I was too common and needed polishing, but in my own business, I'm loving being me. Exactly. Nobody cares. I've rocked up today. I haven't brushed my hair. It makes no difference. At the end of the day, the content, the quality of the content is what people care about. It's not how I look. Although it is nice occasionally when I put on an eyeliner, everyone goes mental, right? So that's how it got. I was too vanilla. And it wasn't until November last year that I was like, actually, there have been a lot of things that have happened in my business that probably would not have happened had I taken a stand for stuff, right? Had I stood up and said, do you know what, actually, I'm really good at what I do, and I earn a lot of money doing what I do, and I help other people earn a lot of money doing what I do. And I'd love for you to respect that. And that came down to me not owning my business. I wasn't really telling anybody about it. You know, my boyfriend's mum, when we told her that, you know, we were paying for Sam to come out of the army, she was like, oh, that's cool. And then we talked about how much financially it was going to cost to get Sam out of the army, $120,000. And she's like, oh, okay, how are you going to pay for that then? Are you going to get out alone? And we were like, no, Jess is going to pay for it. You know, and that's, people didn't know. You know, and still nobody really knows. So I'm not going to suddenly go around and start shouting about, oh my goodness, look at my huge business and look at how much money I earn, because that's not really my marketing style. But there was an important part of me that wasn't really owning my message or the success of my business that really needed to change. And it was really interesting because over the last few months, people have been seeing that I've been doing different things, and that I've been playing around with different kinds of emails, and that I've been playing around with different kinds of challenges and different ways of standing for my truth. And if you saw my live on polarization last week, you'll know that I absolutely stand for polarizing, but not in an aggressive way. I'm not interested in being aggressive. I'm not going to tell people that, you know, because they don't buy my stuff, they're shit. Ultimately, I want people to sell well. I want people to experience success with their sales process. I'm not interested in whether or not they learn that necessarily from me, right? Sorry, I love it. Look at my huge business. That's a whole new level. But yeah, so for me, it came to that point, and I realised that there were certain things I wanted to stand for, and I talked to Sam about it, because Sam is the wisest person I know, and he was like, Jess, I don't care what you say as long as you don't air dirty laundry. He was like, I'm not interested in suddenly seeing you know, our latest fight over the TV remote on Facebook. And I was like, yeah, no, that's probably not cool. And so I decided to put together what I felt like I really stood for in my business. And so there are a few things. There are things around money. I feel like we should be able to have open conversations about money and what we earn without other people feeling like, oh my goodness, they earn that, so I'm never going to talk to them again because they must be horrible because they earn a lot of money. I also stood really firmly on pricing, which surprised me because I've always been somebody who's like, I price based on transformation, and I do. But I've been told repeatedly for the last year that my prices are too low, and yet I haven't raised them. And I kept thinking about that. And then I kept thinking about message and how is it clear that I actually really want to work with people? And, you know, do I stand enough for what I actually believe in and what I actually do around sales? And I thought, well, no, if I read any of my stuff, I'd be like, oh, it's nice, but it's still really vanilla. And I looked at things like swearing, and I was like, I don't want to drop an F-bomb just to be controversial, just to get people to read my stuff. And there were lots and lots of things that I wanted to look at, and the kind of key things that came up for me were integrity, money, getting my clients results, you know, and being able to genuinely financially empower my clients around selling and making them feel good around selling. And it was weird because this has been kind of going on. When I told you guys like 3 months ago that I was going through this up level, and everyone was like, oh my goodness, it's, you know, that's so crazy. We were all going through an up level at the same time. I didn't think it was going to take me this long to get to the point where I was like, actually, I'm now pushing out of my comfort zone. And recently you've seen a few women join the Dotties, and they are all going on about pushing themselves out of their comfort zone. And I feel exactly like that because I'm doing it myself. And so like I said to the Dotties this week, because they get a lot of sneak previews into my business and what I'm doing and things, I'm going to be changing my brand very, very dramatically. And I'm going to be standing a lot stronger in my message, which will have a huge impact. And I'm no longer going to be vanilla, which again will have a huge impact. And I was really, really concerned about all this stuff, and to the point where I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to push myself out of my comfort zone, I'm just going to go. And so I started posting a couple of little snippets on my Facebook profile just to see how people would take them. And the weird thing was that people seem to actually quite like them. Rather than being triggered by them, people seem to quite like them. And I kind of realised then, these are the people I want to be speaking to. These people identify with what I'm saying now when I'm really stood in what I believe, and my genuine message are the ones that I want to work with. They're the ones I know I can help. They're the ones I want to work with. They're the ones that are not just inspired, they take action. And that's something that's really, really important to me. So, because it's FFE and because I want to kind of make public commitments to things, I want us to think about how your message is holding you back. Because this has been eating away at me for months, right? Getting my message right and redoing this kind of work and not being vanilla has taken me a long, long time. And it's taken me almost 3 years in my business to be comfortable enough to be like, yeah, okay, I'm bored of being vanilla now, and I'm going to go and say the stuff I actually really think and feel. So I want us to think about that. And I also want to look at the financial impact of that, okay? Because that's important. Running a business, you've got to be thinking about finances. So financial impact of me speaking my truth. I have retired from one-on-one coaching and did in September last year. But in the 1.5 weeks, 1.5 weeks that I've been completely unfiltered, I have had more people requesting discovery calls than I ever did when I was fully booked coaching. So I've had more people than ever before message me and reach out and say, hey, I love your stuff and I want to work with you in some way. Can we make that happen? Which has been really cool. So again, it proves that your vibe attracts your tribe. I've also had people who've reached out and been like, you know what, Jess, I thought you were for me and you're not. And that's cool too. You know, it hasn't been offensive. People haven't been mean about it. You know, people have actually been really, really nice about it. And it's been really lovely because it's been open and transparent, and that's been really lovely because it means that instead of people getting, you know, angry about the stuff I'm posting, they're just like, hey, I thought you're for me, right now you're not, maybe in the future. So financially, the impact has actually been positive. Has it meant that I've lost a few people from my community, from my tribe that I thought would always be around? Yes. Okay, so there's two aspects to that coin. What has it made me realise in terms of what I want to do moving forward? Well, ultimately, I still want great clients, but I want clients who've got the same values as me. I want people that believe in integrity. I want people who actually want to get results from their sales and who don't want constant inspiration, but who want to take action and see the kinds of results, you know, that people like Melaine have experienced, or Sam, or Matthew, or Debbie, and lots of different people who've kind of got to that point where they're like, actually, I'm ready to take action, and I'm going to 10 times, 16 times, quadruple my investment with Jess to hit an out of the park figure that they'd never dreamed of. That's really important to me. And the third thing was that I'm going to raise my prices. Because what has really stood out to me and what has really come up as a result of me sharing my truth and as a result of me owning my success is the fact that I wasn't raising my prices because I felt bad. Okay? And, you know, in my post yesterday, I talked about what it's like to feel bad and not really own the success of your business. And that's what I was doing. By not raising my prices, I was staying small. I was going, okay, well, it's cool. I'm just going to bimble along and, you know, maybe this won't last forever and maybe I won't ever get any more clients. So I'm just going to keep my prices, you know, low and then people can still buy and that's going to be great and nobody will be offended because I won't be charging too much money and it will all be lovely. That can't happen. And that can't stay that way. And there are two reasons it can't stay that way. One is that I have to lead from the front, and it's really hard. Like, it's really, really hard to be a leader. But I'm somebody who last year hit a huge revenue goal, and I haven't even spoken about it. Okay, most people don't know the amount of money that I made last year. And there are parts of me that are cool with that because I'm British and we don't really publicize money that often. But I love it. Exactly, right? Pricing is a huge thing. But it's really hard to lead from the front. But it's also harder for me to say to you guys, oh, you should be pricing based on transformation and you should raise your prices because you're worth so much more. And then for me not to do it. Like that destroys me, because then it means I'm out of integrity. And that I'm out of alignment. So the prices have to go up for this reason. Second thing is that actually I'm really awesome. Like I really am. And there has been a part of me for like 3 years that's been like, don't say it, because you know then people could actually ask you to prove it. But the fact is I really am. So I want to work with entrepreneurs who are genuinely interested in getting results. I don't care, about pandering to people who want lots of motivation, but who don't want to take action. They're not my ideal clients. They never have been. And I've found that over the past 2.5 years, I've worked with a lot of them and they don't get results. And the worst thing is that I will give and give and give and give and give so much to those people, and it doesn't change because they don't want it. And that's the hard thing. It's hard for me to watch. It's hard for me to look at those people who, are in, but they're only half in, because I'm never half in. Not for my clients and not for myself. Exactly, Lorraine. If we don't know how awesome you are financially, we're not pushing to our potential either. Like you say, leading from the front. Exactly. And that's the thing that I've come to realise, because ultimately there have been things I'm super, super proud of. FFE is one of them. Not raising my prices is not one. Not speaking my truth is another one. Worrying about other people's criticism and judgment is another one. And there are lots of mistakes that I've made over the years in business. And because I've made so many mistakes, it means that a lot of other people don't have to. And so what I kind of want to reiterate to you all is that there is always going to be work to be done on your message, on your pricing, on your mission, and it's going to change over the course of your business. And nobody told me this, because at the beginning I was like, I'm just going to set up this business, people are going to buy stuff, and then they're going to go do whatever, and I'm going to get more clients, and it's fine. And I had this really transactional way of separating it. And now I'm in the online world, and I'm like, well, actually it's not that simple, and it's like there's lots of emotions, and I'm dealing with these people, and I really care about them, and I don't want them to be offended when I say, actually, you know what, I'm done with inspiring you. I want you to take action. It's your responsibility now. And so there are some messages and there are some changes that are coming to FFE, which is going to be really exciting. And, it will be a lot of fun. It will challenge people. And we're going to start with a complete culture change. Okay. Not in the sense that anything will change in terms of the support or the trainings or anything like that. But we're going to change how we act in here, because from now on, I only want action takers. I don't want motivation for motivation's sake, because it's pointless and it doesn't help anyone. I want action from everyone. So if you're not an action taker, I love you. I really do. But please leave. And that is the line on it, because we've had lives in here time and time again where I've been like, I want people in here to be a hell yes. And people have been like, I'm a hell yes, I'm a hell yes, I'm a hell yes. And then there are all these opportunities for challenges, for, interacting with the awesome other FFEs in here. If there are collaborative opportunities, joint ventures, like all this kind of stuff. And then they're not a hell yes anymore. And I'm not even talking about paid stuff. Like, I don't give a shit if you are paying me. But if you are in here, this is my community and we run it a certain way. And I'm all about action. So if you're not prepared to take action, love you, door is open. Because I'm not having it anymore. I'm not here to just inspire people randomly. I'm here to give you sales content that works for your business. And then I'm here to say, okay, you've had everything that you can possibly consume. You need to take this path, and this is how you're going to ramp your business up, right? So that's that. Nicola, would you call us out if we work with you and you don't think we're doing the work? Oh my goodness, of course I would. part of working with me is that I kick your ass on a regular basis, and in a nice way, in a loving way. Like, genuinely, I care more about my clients than, I would say, 90% of people. I could not care, and I could not support my clients more. I really couldn't. And that means that sometimes I'm going to turn around and be like, hey, you're not doing the work, you need to buck up. And sometimes I'm going to turn around and say, hey, you're burning yourself out, you need to stop that, and you need to just take some time. Okay, so you never have to worry about that. I'm always going to be open. I love it. Everyone's like, I love it. Yay, I'm so glad, because I was terrified. Could you guys tell for like the last 10 minutes I've been like, oh my god. And I'm usually so chilled. But yeah, you know, for me, we're changing the culture of FFE. There may also be a name change in the works because my brand is changing. So as of next week, I will be the Sales Alchemist, which I'm quite excited about. So we've done all the trademarking, we've done all the branding, the website is on its way, everything is happening. So it could be that we have a bit of a change. And for me, change is a good thing, okay? I'm all about change because change means transformation and change means growth. And again, if you're not happy, there is an exit, okay? And that's okay too. So this is kind of the thing with today on messaging and money. I wanted to let you guys know how it's personally impacted me, because we have to start sharing mistakes, you know, and I'm happy to share my mistakes. I've made a lot of epic fails as an entrepreneur. The Dotties will tell you that I send out emails regularly where I'm like, okay, done. I made this big screw up and this is what it looked like. And I don't mind that. But I also want to be sharing successes, okay? And I can't do that if you guys don't stand up for you too. So some things I'm going to say are going to trigger you. There are still going to be the same epic sales trainings. So this week, you know, we're going to be talking a lot about pitching. We're going to be talking a lot about ideal clients. We're going to be talking about positioning and pricing in the Dotties. But there are also going to be things I say that trigger you. And that's okay. You know, and it is absolutely okay for you to disagree with me. I'm always up for respectful disagreement and debate. We all know that. And it's absolutely okay for you to reach out to me sometimes and say, hey, Jess, that really triggered me. And I'll go, sucks to be triggered, but is it going to fuel you to do something good? And if it is, then I don't care that you're triggered. I just want you to go and use that to fuel you to move forward like it did to me when I started out in the online world. Because, you know, there were lots of things that used to trigger me around investment, around, you know, you need to hire a coach, you need to do this, you need to do that. And those things really triggered me, but until I started doing those things, my business sucked. Okay? That's the fact of the matter. And I'm not going to hide that. I'm not going to pretend anymore that we are all capable of learning everything on our own. Because although we are through YouTube or Google, actually it's going to take you years and years and years. So every opportunity that comes along, I'm going to encourage you to grab it because I think it's important. And if you're not grabbing it, and if you're consistently not grabbing it, then I'm probably going to challenge you on how valuable your business is to you. Because the biggest thing that's come out for me in my message recently is that I care a hell of a lot about my community. I really do. But it really, really frustrates me when people give me bullshit answers as to why they can't do it. I made 7 figures last year. And I'm 27 years old. I forgot how old I was then. It wasn't an easy year. I had a lot going on. I had lots of medical stuff. I had lots of family stuff. But I made it happen. I'm not a mum, right? You guys are superhuman. Seriously, you really are. Because I have a dog and that wipes me out. But there are no excuses for you not doing this. There are no excuses for you guys not making it happen, because if I'm sat here telling you that it's possible and that I can do it without brushing my hair and, you know, showing up and sharing the fact that I make mistakes, then you can do it, right? I love it. I forget how old I am all the time. Honestly, last week I got ID'd for some wine and I was just like, but I'm, and I couldn't remember my age, so I said, I'm nearly 30. And the guy was just like, okay. The other plus side to not brushing my hair is that I apparently look very young because only teenagers, you know, don't brush their hair. But yeah, and so that's it. Like, I made every sacrifice there is to set up my business, you know, and I'm not going to advise that everybody does what I do, because that's not who I am. I'm not here to determine your path. What I'm here to do is to say to you, get off your backside and do it. Like, if that's what you want, if you want a 5-figure business or a 6-figure business or a 7-figure business or a figure business or not even a figure business, you know, your success isn't determined by that. You want a business that impacts like an amount of people or whatever, then just go do it. You know, don't make things an issue for yourself, because I did it. I was like, oh, well, I don't have time. Oh, I don't have this. I don't have that. And in reality, there was enough free stuff out there that I could have built my entire business that way. I mean, I didn't, because I needed support. I needed accountability. And so, you know what? When I didn't make investments in my business, I didn't do any bloody work. That's as simple as it was. And no, I didn't have money all the time to invest. You know, I literally got down to my last mortgage payment and was like, oh, yep, this, I either need to do it or I need to get out. And I say to Sam every single time we talk about my business, if my business went bust tomorrow, I would go and work in a supermarket, I would stack shelves, and I would make it work in my spare time. Because I am obsessed with what I do. I'm obsessed with people learning how to sell and learning how to sell really effectively and getting results in their business. That's what I'm committed to. I'm committed to women being empowered financially. I'm committed to business owners actually creating businesses and not just sitting on Facebook and playing around, you know, hoping that they're popular. I don't care. I don't care about that. I don't want to be Facebook famous. I don't need to be popular. I want people to get what they want. I want people to genuinely have the life they want. And that doesn't happen if I sit back and go, oh yeah, cool, well, you guys just go do your thing and, you know, it's all going to be fine and everyone can do it. You know, everyone can do it. But in order to do it, you actually have to have some skin in the game. You have to be committed. You have to be playing at a level that sometimes scares you. You know, and that's okay, right? I'm terrified most of the time. And it's fine. Look at me. I love it. If I can do it without brushing my hair, quote of the week. Yeah, Jim Rohn can eat my dust. Alicia, Jess, this is really triggering me so much and I couldn't be more grateful. I really need kicks in my butt. And I'm so grateful for you, Alicia. Do you know what? Because you are somebody that shows up. Alicia, I think it was January, Alicia, when you were in the Dotties and you were like, I can't do this and this is a really hard month. And you had a gentle, you know, some gentle advice from the Dotties, and you went out there and you signed 3 clients within like a week on implementation week. So you are someone that does, right? And I'm really proud of you for that. And I'm proud of you for telling me that it triggers you. So, you know, I'm sorry it triggers you, Alicia, but you know what? It's for your own good. So go take action. Use it to fuel you. Lorraine, I reckon I make 7 figures too if Italian lira still existed. Amazing. So the fact that I'm scrolling through hairstyles on Pinterest while listening to you isn't going to be good enough for FFE anymore. Only if it's memes. I love memes. But yeah, that's what it's about, guys. You know, in the last 3 months, I can say the only thing that I've done differently is that my message has changed. Yes, some people haven't liked that. That's okay. I'm sure those people are epic, and I'm sure that in 6 months' time or a year's time, it might be right for them. I'm not right now. You know, I'm not going to bed and crying about it. I can also say that in speaking my message, I've had higher level clients than ever before. I've been a lot more confident about what I'm doing. My clients have had even better results, you know, and if you speak to any of them, you'll know how happy they are. And that's all that's really important to me. So if that's what's important to you, if it's important to you that you make an impact on the world, if it's important to you that your clients get results, if it's important to you that you're playing at a level in your business that you're actually happy with, instead of worrying and panicking and not feeling great, then FFE and me are hopefully for you. If you're someone that wants to step up and take action and do all those things, then this is for you. If this, you know, terrifies you to a point where you're like, oh my god, I can never do this, or you're thinking, oh my god, Jess is going to turn, you know, Jess has turned into one of those like money hungry business coaches, or, you know, if you're having any other thoughts like that, probably not for you anymore. And I say it with love. Like, I don't want to see anyone go. I don't want to see anyone leave. But we need to change, because we're very, very comfortable right now. And whilst comfortable is lovely, it's not going to help you grow a business. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you grow a business. I'm here to help you succeed. I'm here to help you live your dreams. I'm here to help you do all the things that you want to do with sales. I'm not here to tell you that things are okay when they're not. And that really hurt me. Like, it really, really hurt me. I've had so many conversations with my coaches over the last couple of days about saying it, because I don't like saying things that might make people feel sad or make people feel bad, or, you know, make them feel triggered or judged. But we are at a level in here where everybody is very comfortable and people aren't moving forward. And I don't want that. I don't want the group to grow, and for people to be kind of caught up in that kind of, oh, this is comfortable and I don't really have to do anything. You want to be an action taker? I'm all over you. You want to be someone that sits back and doesn't really do the things that you're meant to do? There are better groups out there. There are better coaches out there for you. Like, that's my genuine opinion. All right. We is proper happy. Yay! And that makes me so happy. I was like, I could have a group of like 0 by the end of the day. So now, I finally did some steps I was about to make for quite a while, and energy of this group really inspired me to become more proactive. Exactly. That's exactly what I want. It's all about action. Andrea, so glad I caught you live while making dinner. It's so important to me to make an impact on people's lives. Love the new biz name, by the way. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm very excited about launching the new brand. And Emma, yes, of course you can keep your PJs on. That's the whole point of being an entrepreneur. You can work in your pajamas. That was like the selling point for me. But yeah, so that's it really for today, guys. I love it. Action takers unite. Exactly. And I'm not getting rid of Joyce. Favorites. That's it. You know, I want everyone to kind of step up in their message. I want you guys, if you haven't already, to be thinking about what your message is going to be around sales and around your marketing, because it is really, 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 really important. Will I still work with beginners? Yes, absolutely. I will be talking in the next couple of days about new things that I'm going to be releasing, because as we all know, I work with the beginners, because I love you guys. I love my newbies. I work with the people who are looking to leverage and scale, and then I work with the people who are like, I want to take my launch to the epicness of maybe like Mars or Jupiter. So I've got 3 kinds of people that I will be working with. That won't change. The offerings will change slightly, and my prices will be going up. They will be going up as of next Monday. So if you are thinking, Jess, I have wanted to work with you for a while and I've been putting it off and I want an intensive, get in touch with me now, because the prices will go up next Monday. I don't care if you come to me and you go, Jess, I want an intensive with you and I want to book it and I have no idea how I'm going to pay for it, and I'll be like, okay, put down a deposit, you can just book it in and you can pay it over time. I'm flexible. I always want to work to make sure that you guys get what you need. But now is the time to do it. Because otherwise, on Monday, I don't want anyone coming to me and being like, shit, your new prices, and I was going to work with you. I don't want any of that. I don't want like regret or anything like that. If you are serious about getting results in your business and you're like, I need a sales process that works, come talk to me. Otherwise, you're still more than welcome in FFE. Everybody is welcome to come and join us in the dossies. It's $47 a month and it's epic. You know, and if you want intensives, I only have a few left for this year. So if you want intensives, come grab. I've already had a couple of messages. So obviously there are a few of you that want intensives. I will come back to you this evening and stuff, but please do not make money the issue, because it's not. And I'm happy to make it work for people, but you need to take action on it if that's what you want. All right. So that's what's a changing, my lovelies. That is what is a changing. It's all going to be about action. We are going to have more sales-based challenges in the group. There will be a really, really cool challenge coming up around funnels, which is going to be awesome. And we are going to have some new branding. We're going to have some new people. And I have got a telesummit coming up for you guys, which will give you even more experts, even more expertise from some of the epic industry leaders on what it really takes to build and market a business in the online space, because I had no idea how much work it was going to take when I started out. I had no idea how much work it was going to take when I got to like that cool 10k a month level, and I was like, oh my goodness, you know, this is so epic. And I had no idea what it was going to take when I wanted to leverage and scale my business and automate everything. I had no idea what that was going to be about either. So I'm getting people in at every single level to give you their expertise, to give you their advice, and to really show you exactly what you need for where you are. So hopefully that's going to really help as well. That's going to be coming out at the end of May. So make sure you keep your inboxes and your eyes peeled. And I'll be releasing some speaker names soon, but we've got some epic people signed up. So make sure, if you're not on my list, that you go and get on it. And that will all be free for you. So you can go and get some industry experts, totally freebie. Yay! All right, my lovelies. Emma's Voxed me. Yay! I do love a bit of Voxer. So if you guys need anything, if you've got any questions on messaging, anything like that, drop me a line. Always more than happy to answer in the comments, or, you know, drop me a message, tag me in a post in the group, whatever. This week is all going to be sexy sales training. Today wasn't so much about sales. It was more about, this is what I'm experiencing and this is how things are going to change. But Wednesday is all going to be about who your ideal client really is, and not the kind of bullshit fluffy stuff. So it's going to be all about who they really are and why you're not making money right now. I was just checking the title of that. And then Thursday is all about anti-shame selling. I got so excited that I pulled my own hair. Anti-shame selling, how we can stop selling in a shame-based way, and how we can sell more successfully without all the sleaze and the gross and the grime. Okay, so if you're interested in any of those, it's all going to be sexy sales. It's all going to be epic. If you need to get in touch with me and you're like, Jess, I hate the changes, I love the changes, throw it at me. I always want to hear. Please know the core values of this community will not change. Okay, that will not be changing at all. Okay, so we will still be super supportive. It will still be super fun. There will still be free trainings 3 times a week. None of that will change. The difference is, I want everyone to step up. If you're in here, you're stepping up to a new level. If you don't step up to that level, I have no hesitation with reaching out to you and being like, hey, step up or step out. Like, that's it. My house, my rules, in the kind of like least dominating way possible. But I want everybody to be in that situation, because I don't want to be sat here at the end of the year with people going, I wish I'd done this, or I wish I'd done that. That's not happening this year, okay? Oh, thank you, Julie. I adore you. I really do. And I love your picture of the fire from earlier and the chocolate biscuits. I'm trying to set up like a little screensaver of fire on my TV now to make me feel better about the fact that it's just rainy and cold and disgusting. But yeah, so any questions, if any of you need anything, please give me a shout. I've got a group call in like 15-20 minutes. But I will come back. I'm starting to get a lot of PMs and things, so I will come back to you all this evening. So don't worry, like, I'm not going to just ignore you. I'm not going to be like, hey, I'm raising my prices, and then just be like, bye. Ariana, oh, if you need to get onto my list, give me a day, because I'm going to put up a really cool webinar and get that instead. Like, don't sign up for any other stuff. Get that, because it's going to be good. I'm like, not that the stuff and the rest of it is crap, but you know, get the good webinar when you sign up. And what I'll do is I'll pop it in here tomorrow and then I'll tag you and you can just go and get signed up. But yeah, it was lovely to have you here for your first FFE live. And if you see us for the rest of the week, they'll all be on sales. Woo, woo, woo. But yeah, so thank you very much, my lovelies. If there is anything you need, if anybody needs any help, if anybody has any questions, if anybody is like, then please let me know. If you have been interested in joining Dotties, I am going to be opening it officially in March, so you can join in March. Or you can obviously join over the next couple of days while we're getting all the launchy stuff set up. Dotties for the moment will remain at $47 until the end of March, at which point the price will be going up. It's not because I want to make a ton more money, it's because we have a ton of value in there, and because the current Dotties are like, Jess, this is worth a ton of stuff. And so everything that I earn from the Dotties goes on my charity stuff. So everything that's earned from the Dotties goes to charity. So that's kind of important to me, and that's why I'll push it quite a lot. I love it, Joyce. The rest of the stuff is crap. It is. In comparison to this webinar, which like blows it out of the water. But yeah, so anybody needs anything, give me a shout. There will be a webinar out tomorrow, which is going to be pretty epic. I've recorded it, and it looks pretty good. So if you're not on my list, wait for that. I'll tag you in it, and you can go and get on there. And if you've got any questions about sales, or you have any sales trainings that you think, Jess, I'd love to learn about pitching, promotion, calls, give me a shout and I will see what I can do over the next couple of weeks for you. All right, my loves, have a wonderful, wonderful afternoons, evenings, mornings, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you tomorrow, where we're going to be talking about who your ideal client really is, and why you're not making money right now. Yay!